What up, boss fam? I don't know who's on here. I know y'all probably thought I wasn't going live today. I didn't have no scheduled stream or nothing. But still here today, man. I'm gonna let some people hop on. We'll kick it for a hot second. I know there was no promo to this one or anything. So I'm gonna let y'all hop on. Definitely wanted to do it a little bit different today though. Did not want to be in the office and do it the usual way. Just wanted to be out and about, get some of this nice sunlight that we got out here in Seattle. Let it replenish my skin and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Be outside instead of being cooped up in the office behind the computer all day. Got some notifications coming through, now people want to text me. Dark Meme, shout out to you, Dark Meme, man. I appreciate you being on the live. It's gonna be a little hard to hear me. I got this window open. My bad. But yeah, everything's going good, man. I'm good. I'm blessed, man. It's a beautiful day outside. My family's happy and healthy. I couldn't ask God for any more than what I have. So I am extremely blessed, man. Extremely blessed. I hope everything's going good for everybody else, man. Y'all go ahead, pile in here, man. Hit that like button so everybody else gets, you know what I'm saying, gets notified and gets to see that we doing this, so that YouTube shows this video to some more people. We're gonna let the rest of the family show up real quick. We ain't doing nothing major today, man. I'm really just here to help. We do a lot of question and answer. I'm gonna be in the chat the whole time. Cause I almost didn't do a live today. That's really how not in the office I wanted to be today. I really just was not in the mood to work. But I gotta show up and I gotta pull through for my family. Erica Ventura said, "What up, DJ? What up? I see you, love." Jelena Garcia's in the chat, says, "Hi, DJ the boss. Just cooking and checking in. We in here. Go ahead, sauce it up for us." Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button real quick before you pick that spoon back up or your spatula back up. Go hit that like button for your boy. So we got this, so we get some good like numbers. I appreciate everybody for being here. It's lovely to see you all. We in the Evans. We got ATL in the building. Shout out to ATL. Love y'all. Son of Zasty says, "Yo, Snoop." I get that so much. Like, I must really look like Snoop Dogg, but if I can get to half of Snoop's bag, I'll be good. I'm cool with that. On the channel. Hey, let's go. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the love, man. Thank y'all for tapping in. Today, there's a popular theme going around in the business world. So not just cleaning, but this would be applicable to any business or whatever you're doing in your entrepreneurial journey. Is this the idea of imposter syndrome? I don't know if any of you guys have dealt with it before, but I definitely have dealt with it, especially in the beginning of starting this business, man. Going into these meetings in these boardrooms and going on walkthroughs with these people who have these really important jobs for these huge companies, and feeling like you're in you don't qualify to be here. You're like, how am I gonna be asking these people for money when I don't have half the money I'm about to ask for them to pay me monthly. And so it's something that a lot of entrepreneurs deal with, is that imposter syndrome and not feeling like you're enough and not having that confidence. And the key to overcoming that is there's only one way to get past it, and that's just to put in the work and do it. Like, it's just like any other situation that you were scared to do at first, whether it was kissing somebody for the first time, or taking the training wheels off your bike, or anything that's scary, anything that's hard, anything that it's gonna be. It just, you have to do it. That's it. That's the only way. And then you build that confidence the more and more you do it, and you get better and better at it. That's the only reason why you wouldn't have confidence, is because you haven't done something, and you lack the experience. You feel like you don't have enough experience, and you just have to do it. You really just have to put yourselves in those uncomfortable situations, get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and you'll get better, and the confidence will come with that, will come from that. But I also really wanted to, it reminded me of this story, something that happened to me, or something that I've experienced in my childhood, that kind of helped me to overcome this imposter syndrome, because what most people are calling imposter syndrome right now is just fear. It's just fear. And then I saw AJ was talking about this on Instagram. He's like, y'all scared of these white people. But yeah, it really is like that. Y'all just scared, and you overcome fear by just doing it. But I don't know how many of y'all are from the hood. I'm from the Ninth Ward, New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? If you guys don't know that about me, I'm originally from Ninth Ward. At Mazan Street, M-Zone. If you've ever heard of New Orleans, you probably heard downtown Mazan Street. But not a friendly place, not a super friendly place. If you're familiar with the South, especially in the time period that I grew up in, which was the 90s, it's not like a super friendly place for, at least where I was, for kids to be. And just as a result of my my environment, there was a lot of people who, I'm a 90s baby, so it's right after the crack era in the 80s, right? So there's a lot of residual effects from the crack era in the 80s. Shout out to London. We got London in the building. Chandler Fisher says, nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you as well. Very nice to meet you as well. I appreciate y'all being there. So yeah, shout out to London. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I love y'all, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, so like I was saying, I'm from a place where right after, in the South, they went through a time period where the crack cocaine ran rapid through our community, and it left some of our places in shambles. And I'm from a place that went through that. We're here in the office. We're just chilling up front. It's dark as hell in here. Yeah. And so with that comes crackheads. So some of y'all might be familiar with crackheads, but crackheads are interesting people who experimented a little bit too much with those drugs back then. There wasn't as much like support for drug addicts and programs and stuff like that as there is today. But there was this one particular crackhead when I was growing up. I'm just trying to get settled so I can set this phone down somewhere and actually talk to y'all. But yeah, so there's this one particular crackhead in my neighborhood who was just always around, right? Always around. If you know crackheads, they're always around. You know where to find them. They're usually just walking around. And if you can imagine 8-year-old me walking through the Ninth Ward with my grandmother and seeing somebody behaving in the way that these people behave, and it made me ask my grandma. I'm like, my grandma, what's wrong with dude? Like, what is he tripping off? And she explained to me, the whole crack cocaine situation and drug use and people making bad decisions and there not being a lot of help for him. And I felt bad. And this dude was like singing "Beat It," a mix of like "Beat It" by Michael Jackson and Billie Jean, right? And he would just walk past us, and we had to walk past him, so he's getting hella close. And all I can hear him saying is, "I'm Michael Jackson. I'm Michael Jackson. I'm Michael Jackson." I'm like, bro, dude is crazy. Why is he not like this, bro? This man needs some help. Just talking about he's Michael Jackson. He's Michael Jackson. He's Michael Jackson. For that reason alone, from that, like I've never done any hard drugs, and like that's probably why. It's because that image is in my head of this man completely strung out. Older man. He was, like when I was 8, he was probably in his 50s. So older man, completely strung out, screaming "I'm Michael Jackson" at the top of his lungs, singing some mix of Billie Jean and "Beat It," down in the middle of the street, shirtless. And so like I'm getting somewhere with this, I promise you. But as I grew up, I started meeting, I'm hanging out with my friends. We're on the block and we're running, still running around the neighborhood in the Ninth Ward. And Michael Jackson's still there. Michael Jackson's still around. And we see him every now and then. He just becomes the neighborhood crackhead. I don't know how many of y'all. It's hard to explain what the relationship between the neighborhood kids and the local crackheads is like, but they're around. They're around. Somebody get in the comments and let me know. I can't be the only person from the hood on this live, but But yeah, but they're around. So every now and then you see him. Me and my homies would see him. He's just a, the neighborhood guy. He ain't bother nobody really. But every now and then you see people messing with him, and he get a little angry. They were like, oh, like even us. I'm not gonna act like I'm like completely like innocent in this. Like when we were kids, I was like 10, 11 years old. We'd be like, hey Mike, man, what up, Mike? Tell my friend your name. He'd be like, oh yeah, I'm Michael Jackson. I'm Michael Jackson. And we laugh and shit, and make fun of him or whatever. And then we get a little older. We like, yeah, Mike, sing a song for us real quick. Sing a song or something. You know what I'm saying? Do a little dance. Do that dance you be doing on that show. And then he'd do a little dance or whatever, and then ask for some money or whatever. And it was just life, right? Until one day, I'm probably like 12, 13 years old, and we wake up. We wake up to alarm sounds and sirens and stuff like that, which wasn't abnormal, but these were like right outside the window. So I'm going outside. I see my mom outside. I see a couple of my friends outside, and I see the cops dragging away Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? It's, by this time, it's been 5 years now we've known this man, and I see the cops dragging away Michael Jackson. And apparently, somebody on the street had messed with him too much, tried to tell him he wasn't Michael Jackson, and he stabbed these people for messing with him, telling him that he wasn't Michael Jackson, when that's all he's ever said. That's all I've ever heard him refer to himself as Michael Jackson. It's crazy, right? And this man is 100% not Michael Jackson, but believes so hard, in the fact that he was Michael Jackson that he was willing to stab, in whatever frame of mind that he was in, stab someone for trying to tell him that he wasn't Michael Jackson. And so at the time, this meant nothing to me until, who I am today. My business is having some success, but I'm having this slight imposter syndrome because the accounts are getting bigger and the walkthroughs are coming a little more frequently. I'm closing a little bit less because the jobs are actually you actually have to know what you're talking about when you go to start exchanging 50, 25, 30 grand a month. And I'm like, dang, I don't think I even belong in this arena. And then, I get one of those big contracts and I take a trip to Vegas. Boom, some success. I take a hot flight to Vegas. All my friends are there, whatever, we're walking down the strip. And I see a Michael Jackson impersonator, right? On Fremont Strip. If you guys ever been to Vegas, you've been to Fremont Strip, you probably have seen like the impersonators, the dancers or whatever. We see a Michael Jackson impersonator. And I'm like, yo, okay, dope, cool. So I go give dude a tip just because in my head, this crackhead is in my memory. And I'm like, man, let me go give, support dude or whatever was being Michael Jackson. He ends up kicking it with us for a hot little second. But he doesn't come out of character. Does not leave character, right? And right then it hit me. And I was like, why am I afraid? What am I scared of? I'm actually doing business. These people know that they're not Michael Jackson. This man knows 100% that he is not Michael Jackson. I'm actually trying to do business. I'm not a fraud. I'm not an imposter. You are not an imposter. You are actually a business owner. You are actually trying to run a business. It doesn't matter what level you are or what size you are. You are actually a business owner. So you should have confidence in yourself that you belong here. You belong in those rooms. You belong in these meetings. You belong, it's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, yes, it's okay to be afraid. That means you care. But you should not feel like an imposter. You should not feel like you don't belong in these rooms. You shouldn't feel like you aren't big enough to ask for a 6-figure contract or a 7-figure contract. You're actually doing this. You are an actual business owner. It doesn't get more real than that. To even further that, you're probably more of an entrepreneur or a business person than whoever you're going to do business with, because generally these aren't like self-made business owners. These are people who were in the right place, got the right promotions, and know somebody, had the right job or whatever. That's not us. We build it from the ground up. So you are more gangster than them, in my opinion, in my eyes, and that's how you should see yourself. You belong here more than they do. You got here because you work somewhere. Like I started this. This is my company. I own it. Lorenzo Davenport says, wow, great way to connect the story. Loving it. Believe it. Thoughts turn into feelings. Absolutely, man. Thoughts turn into feelings, man. If you believe in yourself, then There's nothing you can't do, man. But in this, you have to have the confidence because it shows. We are on the internet so much now. We do this like back and forth on the internet. We're watching people on the internet so much now that our bullshit sensor is on 1,000 now. Like everyone can see when you're bullshit. Everyone can sense bullshit a mile away now, especially on camera. It comes off immediately. So in person, like people can see now. People's radar for bullshit goes off quick. So when you're not confident and you don't believe in yourself and you try to go and negotiate, they can tell. You can get ate up every time. You get eaten alive. But yeah, that's all. That's the only little high horse I wanted to be on today. Was just, man, believe in yourself. I know it's hard to get over that imposter syndrome. I've dealt with it, man. But there's people out here pretending to be Michael Jackson, knowing damn well that they ain't Michael Jackson, and they make a living off of it. You can be who you are. You are a business owner. You belong in these rooms. You belong taking big checks. You belong getting big accounts. You know it's for you. It is for you. I promise you that. It is for you. There's nothing special about me. I come from nothing. I come from an area where it was frequent in crackheads. People who had done so much crack that they believed they were Michael Jackson. So you can do it. You absolutely can. You belong here. You belong at the head of your business. You absolutely can do it. So anyone who's on this live who have seen this video, don't let imposter syndrome be something that stops you from giving it your all. Like, it's okay to still be scared. You may still be scared, but put your best foot forward. Put your best foot forward and attack these things, attack these meetings, attack these situations like you belong in this position. Because you do. You are a business owner already because you made the decision to start a business and to start making things for yourself and start bringing in income for yourself. You belong in that spot. You belong in those meetings. But yeah, I'm gonna get in the comments, man. If y'all got questions, man, hit me up. Let me know in the comments. I'm here for a hot little second. I didn't want to do the live today, so I'm kind of, as you can see, I'm all over the place. Like we're not in the office. We're in the office. We're not in the studio. I was driving at the beginning of the live, but yeah, y'all let me know if y'all have any questions. Y'all want to say anything. But I want you guys to believe in yourself, man. That was the main reason why I wanted to come on here today, and just to tell y'all, man, you belong here, man. You're not an imposter. You are not an imposter. I know commercial is scary. Commercial, I'm talking commercial specifically. If you're scared in residential, then you just really need to work on your self-confidence, because these are just regular people you're talking to in houses, in their houses. Like, it's a little bit more like intimidating when it's a business to business and this big, $40-50 million a year business, or this $100 million a year business, or Fortune 500 companies. Like, yeah, it gets really intimidating. So I understand, but you are a business owner too. You're just at a different level, but you're not an imposter, and you belong here. You belong doing this. But yeah, but I'm gonna get off of that. Y'all let me know if y'all got any questions. I'm gonna get back into the comments. Let's see. Shadell Fisher says, I'm new. Welcome, Shadell Fisher, man. Y'all make her feel at home. Or I don't know if it's male or female just off of the name, so I'm not gonna make assumptions. But y'all make Shadell Fisher feel at home, and welcome to the Boss family. Appreciate you. Son of Sassy says, hit the like button. Yes, y'all do that. Go ahead, hit that like button for your boy. I would really appreciate it. Let's see. Jelena Garcia says, I struggle with the loneliness as a business owner. That's why we do stuff like this, man. Like you reach out to other business owners and other people that are in your situations, because I definitely understand. It is lonely. It is very lonely, man. Which is why you have to be okay with yourself. You got to be okay with yourself, because like when you're really doing it, when you're like, not the people who are like your Instagram entrepreneurs, like those people like who always seem like they're in people's faces and having a grand old time. Like that's a dead giveaway that they're not actually working. Like all of my videos in the beginning were me working because I wasn't doing anything else, and I had no friends that were about to come and work with me. Like if it was, when it came down to time to actually doing work, it's gonna just be you. No one else is gonna sign up to do work with you. No one else actually wants to work. at all. You know, people want income. They don't want any activities. They don't want to do anything. That's why it's lonely. It's because you're working. You're working, and people don't want to work. You know, people really believe in you. Like people who, if you got people that are working alongside of you, understand that that is a blessing. Understand you are beyond blessed. If you have people that are next to you that want to work and actually put, foot to pavement when it's time to work, that's a blessing, because most people just don't want to work. And that's why business is so lonely. That's why being the owner is so lonely. No one actually wants to put in the work except for the person at the top. That's it. Everyone else just, they want either, security and a good income, or, they want stuff to do, but not no one to tell them, no one to tell them. But, they want all this other things, but except for the responsibility of things falling on you, of the work falling on you, because they know at the end of the day they can leave, they can dip out, and you can't. This is your business. And it's lonely because you don't share that level of you don't share that weight of responsibility with anybody. So it's by nature it's lonely. So you have to find ways to be happy with yourself. Find something in your business that you love to do. For me, it was media. For me, it was cameras and recording and pictures and video, audio, written word. Like it was that that made me fall more in love with business. There's something in business that you love, even if you're into cleaning. I don't think many people get into the cleaning business because they love scrubbing toilets or they love vacuuming so much that they wanted to start a business out of it. It's something that we do out of necessity. But business in general, most businesses have all the same types of departments inside of them. So there's something that you can do in every company that's going to be the same. If you're an accountant, you can go work for any business and be an accountant. If you are an HR specialist, you can go work for any company and do HR. If you can go and work for any company and do media, and do marketing. So I found inside of my business, once I was able to grow it to the level that I was able to step out of it, I can reinsert myself into the places that I love and the places that I enjoy. And so, for me, as you guys know, like, through those doors to my media studio, like I've started a whole media company because I found what I love inside of business. But find your happiness, and it's gonna allow you to kind of sit where you are and still be able to push for where you want to be. Moses Ramirez says, just did my first 2 accounts recently. Congratulations. I love it. I love it. He said, God is cleaning a lot of work. Yes, it most definitely is a lot of work. A lot of work, man. Especially as the owner, man. And that's on you. That's why it's lonely. You gonna be, nobody else wants to do your work. They don't want to do your work for you. But everybody's gonna want to take they're gonna want to take part in the shine. They're gonna want to take credit for building the company with you or whatever. Your first employees, the first with people with you, they always want the credit, but no one's actually like taking the weight of what happens to the business. No one wants to step into financial risk or put up their own money. That's why it's lonely. It's because it's a 1% thing. Only a few of us are actually gonna make it. Let's see what other comments we got. So yeah, people say, Eric says, I stay making excuses for myself. It's like that, man. It's hard not to make excuses for yourself, but just get up and go. Get up and go. We ain't got nothing else to do, man. Life is short. Life is short, man. At any day, anything can happen, and you know, wherever you are is where you end up. So one, happiness should be first and foremost. Try to make you should be happy doing something that you love. Don't be stressing for no reason. Remember what's important. Whatever's important is what you need to be focused on, and be happy first, and that'll allow you to actually put in the work that's required in order to actually make it. It sounds so cliche, but you are not. Like if I told you how much work it took and how much effort you actually had to put into everything, if I just told you and you didn't love anything to do with business, you would never even try. You wouldn't even start. You wouldn't even think about it. You'd be like, oh, yeah, nah, I'm cool. I'm good on that. You wouldn't even try. So you have like you have to find that happiness. You have to find that way to be able to be okay and still be able to work. And, which is why I say you should focus on happiness first of all. Which is why I don't talk about money. Like, I've made a shit ton of money, and I still don't talk about it to you guys. Like, it's because it really does not matter. Like, once after I was not homeless, it was beautiful. Life was great. I was not homeless anymore, and I was living life on my own terms with in my own business. The second that happened, I was good. That was making it for me. That's making it. You have to redefine making it. I was able to be with my kids and be a dad, and I had time. It was even better than having a job. You know? But yeah, get to it, man. Get to it. Life is too short just to make excuses for yourself. Anything can happen at any day, man. Looks like Moses Ramirez says, how much is ADP per employee? I have no idea. I don't use ADP. I use QuickBooks. I don't use ADP. I know they reached out to me a while ago to try to do a sponsorship, but I don't know. I was receiving some pushback from the community on taking an ADP sponsorship, but I may have to. I may revisit it after a while. It's been some time now, but yeah, I have no idea what they charge or what their payment structure is. I know for QuickBooks payroll, I think it's like $75 or $76, maybe $85 or $100 or whatever it is, plus like $5 per employee or something like that a month. But yeah, I imagine ADP is somewhere similar. So, but in the grand scheme of things, if you're running payroll, it's not that much. Pennies on the dollar. This is Rustum Arbra says, when it comes to marketing on social media, what is your perspective on using outsourced agents who are international and UK $6 to $8 per hour? I think that's great. I think it's more about your process and procedure. So if you have, if everyone knows exactly what to do and everyone knows what the where the goalpost is, then that makes it easier for you. So this is not something I do in my cleaning business, but in my media company, I do 24/7. It's using outsourced agents. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with, like, it's harder. It's definitely harder if these things are in-house. It takes a lot more communication, but it's about process and procedure. What rules are they following? Where's the goalpost? And what are they trying to hit? And how do you measure those things? If they can measure. If they know what their results are, what results they're trying to get, then you know how to evaluate their performance. So, but it's just more process and more procedure, more SOPs. That's it. It's the same as having, it's not the same as having someone in house, but it may be harder to motivate, but there's nothing like having it in house. No one's gonna nothing's gonna beat that. No amount of outsourcing is gonna beat you having people in house who actually are working for the brand with you every day, participating in the culture. But it's not, if you outsource this, you can bring those people into the culture virtually, and and you just up the frequency of communication. That's it. Or you make it a lot more systematized and step by step for them. Liddell Flosser says, "What's up, King? I see you, boss. Appreciate you for being here." Moses Ramirez says, when do I hire employees? That's a very personal question. Like, it's up to you. Like, are you ready to hire employees? What would you like to have? Like, how would you like your business to look before you have employees? How would you like your personal life to look before you have employees? So if you're working right now and you're cleaning now, this is the most profit margin you're ever gonna make. Like, so take this time to make sure that take this time to make sure that you're okay, that your personal finances are golden. There's no reason to rush into it. Like, if you're cleaning, if you have your savings made, then you have your savings and you're making more than enough to pay your living expenses, then it's time to hire. If you're not trying to be the cleaner, if you're not trying to be a self-employed cleaner, which there's nothing wrong with being a self-employed cleaner. Anybody who's cleaning knows that you make a good amount of money. But again, if you're trying to build a business, you have to get your personal finances right. You're going to take a step back in your income because you're only going to pull from the business what you need, and everything else you're going to hire out. All the rest of the money stays in the business so that you can pay employees and pay for a ADP or a QuickBooks or a cleaning boss. But that's how you do it. It's a very personal question. When do I hire employees? It's when But when you're ready, when you are ready, whenever you are ready. If you are already working a job and you don't you just don't have time, if that's your life, your situation, then you should hire employees right out the gate. There's no need. You have a full-time job, you have an income, so there's no need for you to take any of the money out of the business. So try to start making a profit right out of the gate. you know when you get that client, make sure you have your training program set up, and how you're going to onboard clients and how you're going to onboard employees. Make sure you think through that and build out that process, and yeah, hire right out day one if you want. If you already have an income, if you're already taken care of. But yeah, it's that's a when to hire is, as a business owner, it's up to you. It's up to you. There's no wrong or right way to do this business, guys. There's no wrong or right way. Lorena Ramirez says, dropping gems. I appreciate it. I'm doing what I can. Doing what I can. Sprinkle a little on there for y'all. Doing what I can. Let's see. Moses Ramirez says, what do you use for background checks? There's just a company, you guys are like, yo, just go try some stuff, bro. Like, just go try some stuff. Like, there's just people, there's a company just down the street from me. So I just use them. That's it. Like, there's people online that do background checks. I use them down the street because they do like drug screening and all of that stuff too. So maybe there's like a local clinic in your neighborhood that is just like this U.S. health thing that's next to me. They do background checks. They can do drug screening and stuff like that. And I can just send employees over there, and they come right back with everything they need. But I do know that there's like resources online and things that you can use online to pay monthly for and be able to run as many background checks as you need. Or yeah, you can just require your employees to go through a certain place and a certain website and get a background check and turn it in. But it really does not matter, man. Just do it. Just do it. Find something that works for you. Find something that doesn't bog down your system. So go and do some research on all of them, and then see which one fits into your system the best. Your process and procedure for how you're trying to have things get done, and figure out where you want to put, where you want to insert this where you want to insert it, background checks, and start doing background checks into your employee onboarding. Then that's what you do. Lindell Flosson says, where do I go to just find some work? Back against the wall, fam. Knock on doors, man. Knock on doors. Outside is where you go, bro. Get what I'm saying? Get dressed up best you can. See if you can borrow a sink or something. Get washed up. You know what I'm saying? See if a barber can hook you up really quick with a lineup. I know I'm saying that, but I always look like absolute shit when it comes to my hair on this camera. But if you boots on the ground right now, then that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You call everyone you can't reach and you can't walk to, and then you walk to everywhere you can. And you're not like, you just be who you are, be where you are in life. There's no reason to bullshit this. There's no reason to flaunt, flex. There's no reason for any of that. It's just work. It's just work. It's just work. You're just going into these places. Hey, notice the place could use some cleaning. I'm looking for work, and I would love to clean your space. Can we talk about what that would look like? It works for me more times than not. Even if you don't get a contract, they're like, you'll get some work. They're like, well, yeah, we can use the cleaning. You're like, you can do a one-time job for $100 or what have you, if you just need some money, and then talk to them more about continuous work. Let's see. Lorena says, the beauty of having your business is freedom. It's all up to us how big you want to grow. Exactly. Yeah. If you want to be, independent cleaner and make six figures and just cleaning some buildings, couple, 4 days a week, 3-4 hours a night, that's cool. That's a great, excellent living. You control it. You don't work for anybody. If you want to, outsource everything and be the biggest subcontracting cleaning company, you can do that too. If you want to, work sometimes in your business and take sometimes off, you can build your business to be that. It can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to go any certain way. Let's see. Most Ramirez says, I pay someone in the Philippines to do cold calls. It's not bad. One closed so far, and they bring consistent leads. Yep, I mean that's my system. That's what I teach. If you guys don't have the If you guys don't have the automated, what she's talking about, what Moses Mariz is talking about is the automated sales process that's in the link in the description. So yeah, just go ahead and click on the link in the description, and it can teach you that entire system that she's talking about, where she has the cold caller making calls for her, and she's going on walkthroughs. You know, she pays 4 hours plus. Action Clip says, how many hours per week? You can decide. So whatever you can afford. You can either have them work 40 hours a week, or you can have them work for the first 2 hours of the workday, and then the last 2 hours of the workday, you can have them work 3-4 hours a day, however much you can freaking afford. It doesn't, like, you make the rules. You guys are asking questions when you don't need to be asking questions. You need to just be doing. Do what works for you. Do what works for you. If you need to start somewhere, just get started. Just get started. All right, man. If there's not any more questions, then I think we probably killed this one a little early. I know I rambled a bit today, but I'm really not feeling being in the office. I like to be outside. Action Clip says, I sent some coffee to potential customers this week. I like that. I like coffee. That'll work in Seattle. Out here, that would really work. They love their coffee out here. Let's see. Got these views of Boeing from the office. Let me show y'all something. This is what I get to look at. You can see all the planes over there. I wonder if can I zoom in? I can zoom in. Still can't see none of the planes, man. There we go. Airplanes. All I do is watch private jets take off and land all day. It's beautiful out here. That's probably one of the biggest motivations I have, like right outside my office window. Is like, yeah, I look in my office, right out the window at the Boeing field where, you know, private planes are landing 24/7. You got the big Dreamliner that takes off and shakes the entire city when it takes off. The camera on the phone doesn't do it any justice, but it's low-key fire. Super motivating. But yeah, that's what it is, man. We just sit at the desk and look right out the window, watch all the planes land and take off. See the people on the PJs flying into the city. But yeah, man. This is love, man. I appreciate y'all being here, man. Appreciate y'all hopping on the live every time I hop on here. It's beautiful. I really appreciate it, man. Everybody said I thought you was Snoop Dogg. Shit, I wish. All right, man. But I'm gonna let y'all get back to y'all day, man. I appreciate y'all hopping on here for another live with your boy. Hit me up, man. Check out those links in the descriptions of my videos. I got another video coming out later today. Yes, I am dropping a video later today, which is why this live is a lot shorter. And but yeah, man, y'all go ahead and get back to this money, man. I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you, Sure for cleaning. Always a member of the channel on here. Always popping in and showing support. So I just got pins with company logos. Yeah, man. Yeah, there you go. Invest in yourself, man. Invest in your business. Make your business look like something. I love y'all, man. Keep that boss mentality. Mwah. Peace.